One of the things that most people don't realize is the Capitol itself is an African American monument. We've discovered through looking through the National Archives and the Library of Congress that over 400 African American slaves were used to build the Capitol. My name is Jesse Holland, and the name of the book is Black Men Built the Capitol: Discovering African American History in and Around Washington, D.C. An African American slave named Reid actually played a large part in putting the Statue of Freedom, the statue that's on top of the Capitol Dome, he played a big part in getting it there. The columns inside Statuary Hall were actually carved by African American slaves in Aquia Creek, Virginia, and sent up the Potomac on barges. The spot we're looking at now, in between the Smithsonian Air and Space Museum and the Department of Education, used to be a slave market called Roby's Tavern. From here, people could even hear the slaves groaning and moaning from the U.S. Capitol. Hundreds, if not thousands, of slaves were sold from here into Virginia. There's only 2 statues of real African Americans in all of Washington, D.C. on public land. And both of those statues happen to be in the same place. They're in Lincoln Park, which is right up from the Capitol. You have Lincoln himself standing, and kneeling with him is an African American slave being freed. That man's name is Archer Alexander, who was the last slave caught under the fugitive slave law in America. Also in that same park, however, is the only statue of an African American woman on public land in D.C. And that's a statue of Mary McLeod Bethune, the famous educator and the first African American woman to hold a high government post in America. It's not African American history, it's all American history. This is not a type of history that's separate from everything else.